How could anyone entertain the notion that Mashiach is not fundamental to Judaism? Now, the Amidah, the standing prayer, Maimonides characterizes as a prayer in which we ask God for all our basic needs, our most important needs. There are 18 of those requests. Out of those 18, 5 refer to redemption, to the Mashiach, in different forms. There's only one blessing in which we ask God for good health. There's only one in which we ask God for prosperity, financial, material prosperity. But when it comes to Mashiach, we have a blessing where we ask God to blow the sound of the shofar for our redemption. We ask Him to restore the justice that we had in the past. We ask God to rebuild Jerusalem, and so on and so forth. But Mashiach is our prayers are filled with Mashiach. If you make a tally, and I did this 30 years ago, I counted the amount of times the subject of Mashiach and all its ancillary beliefs, like the building of the third temple, the resurrection of the dead, and so on. If you count the amounts of time we say this in our daily prayers in the course of a year, how many times does this subject come to the fore? How many times do we make reference to it in our prayers? And I came up with at least 20,000 times, between 20,000 and 25,000, depending on whether a person eats their meals several times a day, and they say the grace after meals in which they refer to the final redemption and so on. But 20,000 is a conservative estimate. How many times a year do we eat? We eat 3 meals a day, perhaps, course of a year, a little over 1,000 meals, but 20,000 times we refer to Mashiach. How could anyone entertain the notion that Mashiach is not fundamental to Judaism?